camera set up here. We're going to be talking about making money online. Good morning, folks. Okay, we are up on both. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. This is like hump day, right? We're halfway through it, which I love, especially if you work 410s. And then today you're definitely well on your way. Hi, I'm in the USA for all of you watching across the globe, and talking about a side hustle, a way to make extra money. So that's what we're going to talk about this morning. Good morning, good morning. And excited to be here, just getting going. It's 7 a.m. I would be curious as you're coming on if you can drop a comment and let me know what part of the country you're in and what time it is. So 7 a.m. here. This is actually the earliest I've gone live. So I haven't done a ton of lives because my social media journey is pretty new. I know people have been on this platform forever, and it's pretty new to me, and I'm loving it, totally enjoying it. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, so let me know where you're from, what part of the country. I'm USA, actually up in Montana. But come into the comments, come on in and drop me a note and let me know and what time it is, wherever you're at, whatever part of the country. So I am 7 a.m. And like I said, this is the earliest that I've gone live. So I'm kind of curious to see what the crowd is like this early. I'm expecting you all to probably have your coffee, unless you're on the other side of the world. And then, maybe you're drinking a little like tea before you go to bed. I don't know. But we're talking about a side hustle, because that's what I'm about. Side hustles, making money online. And so that's what I'm going to share with you all. My husband and I have been on a little bit of a journey, some of it just me and some of it together, trying different things to make additional income. And it's been a fun little eye-opener. And I'll tell you about the latest thing that we did that involves gold, which is kind of interesting, folks. So come on in, get your coffee. Let's have a chat. So we actually, my dad, we meet him and my mom for coffee at the Watering Hole, which is our name for it. And a couple weeks back, he was telling us that he had to go to the dentist and get some dental work done. And so they had to remove a crown. And his crown, my dad is approaching 80. He's not 80 yet. Believe me, he's not 80 yet. He's going to be 79. So he's a year out from 80. He was giving me crap about that because I've been saying he's just about 80. And he's like, what? I'm not quite there. So I need to correct that. He's just about 79. But in my mind, he's getting old. And 80, that's just like a trigger, right? 80 is a trigger. So anyway, he had to go to the dentist and they removed a crown, and it was a gold. It was it wasn't a crown. I think it was a filling. It was a filling because there wasn't very much. He said it was just tiny, tiny, tiny. And there were like, so he told the dentist, he's like, I want that. Don't throw that away. That's mine. I want that. Which I thought was pretty funny and pretty wise, because I don't know that I don't have any fillings, but I don't know if I would have thought to ask my dentist to give me my filling. So he said there were two just tiny, tiny, tiny little thin layers, tiny, of the gold. And the dentist gave it to him. So kudos to the dentist. And my dad took it home and he torched it. He melted it down because there were two tiny little like thin strips, filament strips. He said that he torched it and he rolled it into a ball. And it was just, we're talking so tiny, guys. And then he went to a jewelry store. And the guy, he's having the conversation and the guy's like, sure, let me see it. The jewelry store bought his old tiny, tiny, tiny filament of gold, and he made close to I want to say he's probably going to correct me. I want to say it was like 190 something. One Anyway, it was over $100. I could not believe it. For an old filling, a tiny little dot of gold from a filling in his mouth. It just blew me away. So then, we had this whole conversation about it, gold, and how, high prices for gold are right now. I mean, they were up over 5,000. I haven't checked this morning. I think they're down mid fours maybe. But gold and silver are both super high. So we got to talking about old ring settings. Okay. And I'm Gen X. So I don't know if we've got Gen X folks in the house, but I have some Black Hills gold. Do you remember that? Black Hills gold was like a thing when I was younger. And we used to get the pretty little, I had a boyfriend who gave me Black Hills gold, and it's always the little rose. I don't know if you guys remember that. That goes back. That's a Gen X thing and a baby boomer thing. But I had a couple of two Black Hills gold pendants. They were just tiny. I mean, just tiny little things, like not even my full pinky fingernail. And then I had an old gold band that it was like, haven't worn that in forever. So my husband and I went down to this same jeweler shop, and we were like, here you're buying gold, brought some stuff in for you to look at. What do you think? I about fell over. He was going to give me over $600 for the gold band and those two little pendants. Could not believe it. And then my husband, he made bank. He had multiple band settings, like from his grandma, prior relationships, and the jeweler doesn't want the stones. He doesn't want the diamonds. He didn't want, I had some rubies and some gemstones, and yeah, he's not interested in that. Hang on one second. My pump is beeping at me. I'm type 1 diabetic, and it's change my pump and my CGM, which goes on my arm. It's that day today. So I gotta shut this thing off. Hang on one sec. Okay, here we go. All right, I'm good to go. So my husband made bank. He made close to $2,000 with what he turned in. And the jeweler was all over the gold. Anything gold, he definitely wants. And, it's like this stuff, you just go through your old jewelry box, folks, or in my husband's case, it was in a plastic Ziploc bag. Because it's stuff that you're not using and you'll probably never use again. I mean, old ring settings, keep the stones, old ring settings. It was absolutely crazy to get that kind of money just by going through an old jewelry box or, a plastic bag set on the side of your bed. It was absolutely crazy. So anyway, that was kind of fun. And I just throw that out there as just an interesting way to make money if you're not thinking about it. So if you need a little extra money, dig through those old jewelry boxes and go see your local jeweler. But what I love to talk about is my own side hustle, which I found. So I'm going to tell you my story, which I'm so thankful for my story. So, because it's been such a ride, it's been so interesting. And I feel like we're all like that, right? All of us. We all have our own story to tell. We all have the things that we go through that bring us to where we're at. And so I married an older man. That's where my story starts. And he's only 8 years older than me. So I personally don't think that's too old. But some people think I married a senior citizen. I mean, people are so funny. And you guys all know people have opinions. I mean, right? They have opinions about everything. Good morning. Good morning. Come on in. Hop in the chat. Give me a chat here. Let's visit. I want to know where you're watching from, what part of the country. I'm in the USA. I'm in Montana specifically. So I'm curious what time it is. Wherever you're watching, what time is it in your time zone? or your part of the world. So come on in, let's have a little conversation. Leave me a little comment. Um, and then as I get into my story here, I just want to say good morning. Good morning. I just want to say that you can always hop up here. If you're here, you can always hop up here to get information. And you're here, you're going to go down here to get information. So I married an older man, 8 years older, and it was never a second thought. Like to me, it's not about age. It's not about a number. 8 years wasn't that much until, and when I say until, it's like the but, when someone says but, and you're like, ugh, until he had unexpected open heart surgery. And that's when you start to think about life and death and your mortality, how long you have on this earth, what matters to you, what's important to you. So lots of thoughts went around that. He had the open heart surgery. And I just have to say that if anyone has gone through that, it's a big deal. It's bigger. I have friends, I know people who have talked about, oh, I had to, so-and-so had to have open heart surgery. And I can remember being like, or I would make a comment, I'll pray for you. So sorry. Or let them know I'm praying for them. And not really realize hey, Canada, welcome. Hey. 8:08 a.m. Okay, cool. Thank you, Braxton. Glad to hear it. So Montana, and I'm right below you, and 7:09. So yeah, good morning. Good morning. So he had this surgery, and it was a big surgery. And he got through it okay, but that's what made me start to think about what I'm doing, my priorities. And I have always been, I'm HR. Don't throw stones. Don't throw stones. HR is, I know, HR gets a bad rap. I feel bad for HR people because it's a hard job. I mean, when you think about it, most people dread HR. They dislike HR. And because one person is dealing with a population base, I personally had 170 employees. And you think you're going to make everyone happy? Huh. You can't. I mean, you're not even coming close. So it's anyone, good morning, anyone who is in HR, I say kudos, good luck, the best to you, God bless, because you need it. Anyway, that's another side note, another little rabbit trail. But I worked like a dog. If I'm being honest, I'm not bragging on myself, but I worked like a dog. I was a corporate person. So I would go to work, and that was my jam. That was my focus. That was what I loved. And that's where I put my time and my brain power. And so when this thing happened to my husband and we started thinking about our age, so he is 63. I'm mid-50s, 8 years between us. So you can do the math. And, it's like his retirement is 2 years away, which is crazy, right? I never thought I would be this old. Do you guys ever feel that way? Like, I just never thought I would be this old. I just remember thinking when I was like living at home still, when you're 14, 15, and you're like, that is so old. Like you think about your grandparents and you're like, wow, they're so old. And when you start to get older, you don't realize you're getting old. It just happens. Like it's that number that's back there, but you don't feel like you're that old. You don't feel old. And hey, good morning. Good morning. And so anyway, we were thinking about the numbers now because of his open heart surgery. And so I was looking at what can I do differently with my job, with how I make money, so that when he retires in 2 years, I can go with him. I still need to bring money in, but I want flexibility. I want a way to bring money in where we can spend more time together because life is so short. And when you have a health scare happen, it reminds you how short life really is. And you start thinking, gosh, I'm pouring myself into a job for somebody else and I'm giving them all my time and so much of my mental. And at the end of life, is that what really matters? And is that what's really important? And I know we all need money. We all need a way to make money because that's how you live. But I started looking, and I honestly didn't even know what I was looking for. So I was not on social media at this point. And so what I did is I started doing a little searching online, how to make money online, side hustle. I was just looking and I didn't know what for. Well, I came across a gal who I have followed since, who I adore. I mean, I saw a lot of myself in her. She was a corporate person, and she was short for retirement. And she would share her story, and I started following her, and she did a program just like what I am now doing, which if you're here, you can go here to get information. And if you're here, you can hop down here to get information. And so I looked into this program, and I had never done anything like this. I had chosen not to be on social media because that's just how I lived my life. And I just didn't need it. And I didn't really know too much about it. So I did my research. I am also not one of those people that just jumps in. Like, I don't just shell out money to shell out money. You ask my family, I'm a conservative Nelly, right? And by the way, my name's Elizabeth, not Nelly. Just throwing that out there. And so I did my research. I took 3 weeks to make a decision. I followed this gal, watched her content, got information on the program, researched the founder, and I was like, I'm going to do this. One, I felt really good about the program. I was kind of nervous about the social media, if I'm being honest. And good morning, good morning. Glad you're here. Hey, hop in and put in the comments where you're watching from. I would be so curious. I'm in the USA, specifically Montana. And so, yeah, let me know what part of the country, and then, what time it is. So I am 7:15 a.m. and this is the earliest that I've ever done a live. And so I'm kind of curious who's up, who's had their coffee, and what part of the world you're in. So hop on in, make some comments. So anyway, I was following this gal, and good morning, good morning. And I decided to jump. And so I jumped and I joined. It was an online program, and I'll tell you about the program here in just a sec, but just the story part of it. It was such an eye opener for me to the online space and making money online and side hustles. And I have to tell you, I mean, I know so many people grow up with a phone. I mean, people are born, they come out of the birth canal with a phone in their hand. And that's just the way life is now, right? Well, for those of us who are slightly older, so the Gen X, the baby boomers, it wasn't like that. And there are people out there, folks, that are still like me. I just have to say, there are people out there who have just chosen, good morning, who have just chosen not to be on social media. And so it was an eye opener for me. Let's just say that. So I got into this program, and it gave me 3 key things for making money online. The first that it gave me, which is crucial, because when you are looking to make money online, you gotta you gotta sell something. So you're selling a product or a service, right? So it gave me 5 digital products that I could sell. And the way you participate, you could buy 1 digital product, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have a choice how you participate. So you can get in and start your own business for $100 at the bottom entry level, 300, 600, 900, 1400. So those were the options in this program. And I didn't have to create anything. I didn't have to, because I've thought about that. And my thing is, what do I create? But then I always had so many questions after that. Like, how do I sell this? How do I get it out there? I didn't that was not my skill set. So it gave me the done for you digital products. I didn't have to create anything. It gave me the back end, the website. So I am not a techie person. You can put me on a computer and I can work on that computer all day long on the front side. I am one of those annoying people that, like, right now I look across my computer at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I currently have 12 tabs, browser tabs open on my computer. That's just the way I roll. Good morning. I I'm good. I can work on the front end, put me on the back end. I just have no patience for it. I don't want to figure out how I have to make a website. I don't want to, go in and go back and forth with AI and try to figure out how to connect a payment gateway or how to, write the website. So that wasn't my thing. That's not my thing. The program that I'm in, that's the second thing it gave me. It gave me the website. I didn't have to create it. I didn't have to write it. It gave me the email campaign. It gave me the back end. It gave me automations. And I've never really thought about automations, but with an online program, an online business, automations are key, absolutely key, because what it gives me is freedom. And that's what I was personally looking for. So I put in 2 hours a day. 2 hours a day is what I put into my online business. And automations work in the back end. So if someone's interested in what I am personally doing, and you can go up here to get that information, or if you're right here, you go down here and get that information. And my automations take over. My automations send out the information. Um, the payment gateways are all connected, so someone can go in and they can decide, yes, I want to buy this. No, I don't. And that all happens. And so it gives me freedom. And when you're creating content, as you know, content is evergreen. It stays, especially here, it stays, where you've got that content out there and, you want to encourage people to follow you. And, maybe they don't make a decision right away. Like me, I took 3 weeks. Maybe they sit on something. So that was the second thing the program gave me. Remember, I said that there are 3 things that the program gave me. The last is the know-how. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Jan. Hey, thanks for popping on. So, Oklahoma, 8 a.m. Very nice. So I am Montana. And yeah, excellent. I'm so glad you're here this morning. So the third thing that the program gave me was the how to, because I didn't know anything. I was a complete and utter beginner. I'd never been on TikTok. I mean, now I probably shouldn't be mentioning the other programs because I'm on 2 platforms right now. But so this was all new to me. And this program taught me step by step by step. It was so foundational for someone just starting out, someone who just wasn't familiar with the online space and how to go about the whole process. It continues to teach me. It is amazing how current and fresh the program is. It's an ecosystem. It's a live ecosystem. So it taught me, about setting up these platforms, setting up these accounts, and creating content for these accounts. And I hope that you will follow me. I hope that you'll either pop up here or you pop down here. I hope you follow just to see what my own journey is all about and like. And also, if you're looking for something for yourself, I hope that you'll give this a consideration. And if you click on the information here or here, what happens is you get the complete details on the program. And you can, if it's not for you, unsubscribe. And then you never have to see my face again. But it's information. And a few other things I want to share about the program that I think are unique to some of the things that are out there, because there's a lot out there. A lot of different ways you can make money online. What I feel and what drew me to the program I'm in is selling digital products, done for you digital products, is that it comes with master resale rights. And you're like, well, what does that mean? Master resale rights mean that I get 100% of the profit. So whatever I sell, I'm not sharing a percentage or a commission with anybody else. I do not have an upline or a downline. This is not multi-level marketing. It gives me the digital products to sell. And I've already told you the price range for, hey, good morning. So let me see, you are here. So there is a link, a website in the description. And so on the thumbnail, oh, you know what, Jan? Maybe it'll show up. Maybe it'll show up once I'm done with this live stream. Although I think you should be able to see. Hang on here. Hang on here. I'm going to come in here and just chat it to you. There you go. Good morning. Good morning. So, where was I? I got distracted there. Oh, the 5 ways you participate. The program has the done for you digital products. You can start your own online business selling a done for you digital product for $100. But you also have the option of 300, 600, 900, and 1400. So there are 5 different ways to participate, 5 different digital products that you can get. And when you sell something, this is key. When you sell something, because that's how you make money online. You sell a product or a service. You sell yourself as a coach, a mentor, you're selling someone else's product. In this program, you get 100% profit. You're not splitting anything. So to give you an example, I have the $1,400 product. So I've got all 5 different digital products. When I sell a $1,400 program, ecosystem, product, I keep $1,400. So I always encourage people, when you are looking for a way to make money online, start with how much money do you need? How much extra money do you need a month? What would help you? And everyone's story is so different. I mean, it could be something to pay medical expenses. It could be to travel across country to visit your grandkids, right? It could be that you're short for retirement. So many people are short for retirement. Trust me, I was in HR. People are they don't have the money for retirement. And Social Security, people aren't you can't live on Social Security. So unless you want to be working until you're 80, and who wants to be doing that unless you are an amazingly healthy, super person who loves the, camaraderie of going into a job every day. And there are those people out there. So kudos to you. Most people don't want to do that, but most people have a side hustle. They have a second way that they're bringing in income. Or if they're retired already, they're finding a side hustle to supplement. And so when you look at $1,400 for one sale, $1,400 extra dollars. And you know what? If you can't afford $1,400, because that's a lot of money, you can start at the lower level, the 100, 300, 600, or 900. And you can always upgrade once you make your first sale or down the road. But you get to keep 100% of the profit, which that was hugely appealing to me. The 2-hour workday was hugely appealing to me. I did not have to worry about having to post all day, right? Having to do content and videos for other people, user-generated content and post all throughout the day. I have 2 flexible hours that I put in a day, and I fit that into pockets of my day, whatever works for me. So I might do, like, now I'm probably going to do an hour this morning right now, and then I might do 15 minutes. You can do it on a lunch hour, you can do it on a break. It's so flexible. um, and those are some of the things that were important to me. Definitely the time flexibility. The only thing I need to do my side hustle is internet service and a cell phone or a laptop. That's it. So it also gives me the flexibility. Remember, my husband retires in 2 years. He's 8 years older than me. Good morning. For those of you just joining, good morning. He's 8 years older than me. And he's 63. And some people think I married a senior citizen. I don't feel that way. I don't think 8 years is a big age difference. But when he had unexpected open heart surgery, it definitely changed my perspective about work and going into an office and a job, and um, where my priorities were, and wanting to spend that time, that season of life together. But I can't just quit. I still needed money. So that's why I started looking online as a way to discover what's out there, what can I do? And when I found this program, I was like, oh, it was the answer for me. And so that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm excited to talk about. You do not have to go live, by the way. Live is something that is somewhat newer to me, and I am enjoying it. I am okay with it. I am not an extrovert, I'm an introvert, and I don't like to public speak, which is so funny. So when I discovered live, because I didn't even know what going live meant, what that was, because I was not social media. I didn't do social media. Good morning, good morning. And I was like, ugh, I'm never going live. And it's funny how it's actually kind of fun. It's fun to see comments, and it's not hard. It's not hard. It's not like speaking in public, which I have had to do my whole life with my job. And I hated it. I would get physically sick. I hated public speaking. When you have to stand up in front of 170 of your own peers. I just hated it. So this is nothing, man. This is nothing. But the program has been so it's been a blessing to me. If that I don't know if that sounds funny to you, or it's been a blessing to me. I have learned so much. I have a supportive community that I'm a part of. It has opened my eyes to so many things, and it does teach you. I mean, it gives you the digital products to sell, but it's also teaching you new things that are out on the market all the time. So I now am aware of affiliate marketing. I'm now aware of UGC, user generated content, TikTok shop. Sorry, I'm on 2 platforms right now, so I hope that doesn't offend this one. So all of these things that my eyes have been opened up to, and I can tell you guys, there are people out there who don't know this, because I'm a Generation Xer, and I just chose not to be on social media. And then when I've gotten on it, I discover what all is out there, and it's blown my mind. It's blown my mind. So I feel like there is still a huge untapped market audience out there. There's over 5 billion people on social media, and they're not all looking for side hustles, but one day they might be, right? And I think what is so great about the program that I'm in is it's foundational. It's foundational. It just gives you what you need to get going, and then it continues to teach you, to grow you. Um, Weekly trainings. It's amazing. It's amazing. So just to kind of recap, you can hop up here if you're here. You can hop up here to get information. I have my domains up there, and if you're here, you can hop down here or check out the comments. My information might not show up until this live gets published out. So I'll have to look into that. See, that's how new I am. I'm like on this other platform, it's like, oh, the information isn't there. I'm like, oh, probably not until I publish it. So yeah, I put it in the comments, but eventually it'll appear here. So it's so exciting. It's so much fun, creating content. I just love to learn anyway. And so it's not hard at all. And it's been fun to do. And I think that's something that people should be open to and be looking for. Because I mean, if you need extra money, you don't necessarily want to have to go in and get another part-time job or get a job, period, where you're reporting to somebody else. You've already done that. Especially people that are, in my age, Generation X, and my husband, baby boomer. We've worked for 30 plus years, and you don't want to necessarily have to go in and report to somebody else again and be tied to another schedule. You want to do something on your own time, your own terms, and the flexibility that this program gave me to do just that is what I was looking for sure. So it gave me the digital products, up to 5 different done for you digital products. A digital product, think of it this way. It's like if you go to Amazon and you buy a book, you can buy an ebook and it downloads. That's a digital product. So it gives you up to 5 digital products. And also, one thing to clarify with that, it's not just a digital product. It's not just I get something to download. It's an ecosystem, folks. It's an ecosystem. It gives you the digital products. It gives you the website, the back end, how you collect payment, right? When you make a sale, how that works. The website, the email campaign, how you reach out, what you say to people. It gives you the understanding, the know-how. And for a complete beginner, that is what I needed. I needed step-by-step instruction, something that I could go back and look at multiple times, and it was all organized and in one place. So that is me, that is my brain, organized brain. And then ongoing support, an online community, online live weekly trainings, tech support if I need tech support. I mean, just so many things come with the program. You will be pleasantly surprised. So you can hop up here. And if you're here, you hop down here or check in the comments. Yeah, so that is what I am doing. That is my story, what I'm about. I love it. I'm appreciative of it. And I want to share it with the world. If you want to check it out, please here or here to get the information. My biggest thing to people that I love to say is, do you want to be in the same place 6 months from now that you're in right now? Or do you want to be somewhere different? And I have to think that if you're online scrolling or if you're listening, that you are possibly looking for something. Maybe you don't even know that you're looking for something, and you're hearing this and you're like, wow, that sounds interesting. I want to encourage you to jump in and check it out. Get the information, get the deets. That is what I did. And I made my decision in 3 weeks. There are people that make their decision the moment of. Either way is fine. People are so different. But it definitely can set you up with a way to make money going forward into retirement, whatever you need extra money for. So kind of look at it that way. How much extra do you need in a month? And look at the 5 different ways that you can participate. $100, $3, $6, $9, $14. And what would make a difference in your life? What do you need? And if you can't afford $1,400, then start at $100, $300. Start at any of the other levels. You can always upgrade later after you make a sale. But I always like to also remind people, think of it this way. $1,400. If you only made 1 sale a month, $1,400. That's that's a chunk of change. I mean, that covers many people's mortgage. I know that interest rates are really high right now, so if you're a new homeowner, it's not going to cover your mortgage. But for those of us who've had, a mortgage for a while and have the lower interest rates, that covers a mortgage for sure. So think about what we spend on a brand new TV. I mean, is a TV a necessity? Not really, right? I mean, I could definitely argue that a cell phone is a necessity because everyone uses their cell phone so much. I work from my cell phone, or my laptop. So that to me is a necessity. And what we spend on those things, whether they are viewed as a necessity or not, you can go and drop $1,000 on a new TV like that. Well, why wouldn't you invest that in yourself, in your future, in whatever you need additional money for? Is it visiting your grandkids? Is it health issues? Is it taking care of aging parents? Which is a thing. I mean, the older we get, my husband and I cannot believe we're as old as we are, which is crazy because we don't feel like we're old. But when you think, baby boomer, and you think Gen X, and in my mind, I'm still thinking of myself back when I was 14 or 15. And my brain at that time would say, my grandma is so old. Well, now I'm the grandma. Now I'm which is crazy. So, time goes by so fast. And I would say invest in yourself. Check out the information, hop up here, hop down here, and I'm going to take off. It is a fabulous start to the morning. And I hope that you guys have a great day. The sun is shining. The sun is coming up over the mountains here, which is lovely. So again, as I'm signing off, you can go here for information. I'm going to publish out. I put something in the comments, but as soon as I publish out, the information will also be below, which is my domain, where you can go and get more information. So I'm going to hop off of you first. I hope you have a fabulous day. Thanks for commenting, and check it out. And then we're going to come up here. Hi, guys. And